Remember when you said you wanted to be a drag queen and you said your name would be Skittles because you could taste the rainbow?
I never said that. You said that.
You said that.
No, I never said that. One, I've always been too fat to be a drag queen. Two, I'm not about to tuck my junk because I feel it's going to hurt. And three, you have always said that.
Oh my God. Listen,
Okay.
you are beautiful and you can be a drag queen at any size, okay? And you do have a
No,
big set of balls.
absolutely. And let me tell you, I have been to many drag shows in my life. Okay. Many. And my favorite drag show was in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And this big, beautiful girl was up there. And when she did a split on roller skates and got right back up, I mean,
Ah!
she had to have been like 350 pounds.
Oh my God.
And that girl just like, when I mean that entire bar went nuts
I
when
bet.
she did
Shit.
that, it was incredible. So
You could have
you are
done that
right. You
too.
could be any size to be a drag queen. I am not fit enough to do that.
Uh,
And I never said that, but you love to always, always, every time growing up, I mentioned Skittles is my favorite candy. You've always had some taste of rainbow joke.
I promise you that you said this. But anyway, we digress.
I promise you, you came up with that. You were probably making fun of me behind my back.
Well,
That's
I'm
the
talking about
moment too.
rainbow because I like sprinkles and my kids love sprinkles. And I was at the Barnes and Noble, and which, by the way, God, if you haven't gone to a Barnes and Noble and just like sat around and looked at cookbooks, let me tell you, grab a cup of tea and do that. Have you done that since like the late 90s,
You
2000s?
are so old. Are you serious?
I have to because I'm in the area many times a week, so it's something I need to do. But you should try it. It's really amazing. This is where I came up with this recipe. I didn't come up with it. It's from the Broma cookbook, and it's like desserts, cookies, and bars. Which I love a good cookie and bar. You and me, cookie and bar
Yeah.
whores.
I'm all about a bar.
And this is
You
like
give
a
me a bar
funfetti bar,
recipe. I love a good bar.
like bar
Okay.
taco.
That it's not a bar. It's a restaurant.
Tell
All
me about
right.
this bar.
Okay, so let's get into this. So for the cake part, so it's gonna be a crumb. All right.
A
So for the
lot.
cake part, you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna do 1 stick of butter, room temperature. We use half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, about a teaspoon of vanilla, and so it says a teaspoon of vanilla and a half teaspoon of almond extract. I don't keep almond extract because Ryan's highly allergic to nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So I use a little bit of vanilla extract, and I use I'm going to give away a secret weapon to baking
Mm.
that you and I know about this. I'm going to give it away, and you need to go on Amazon and buy it now.
I'll link it.
I use cake batter extract.
It's such a good weapon.
If you have not used cake batter extract, use it. There's some YouTubers and TikTokers. They go by Mama Jill and Doll, and it's a mother and daughter, and they're hysterical and wonderful. And if you ever, they use cake batter extract in the beginning when they started their stuff during the pandemic and during lockdown, and
Mhm.
I follow them ever since. If you guys don't know them, go look them up. Cake batter extract. So I did use my vanilla cake batter extract. All right, so we're gonna whip that all together. Then it's gonna be 1.5 cups of flour, half teaspoon baking soda, and a half teaspoon of baking powder. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a half teaspoon of salt. So now here's the other fun recipe. You're gonna use a half a cup of full fat sour cream or Greek yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the cake
And then we
part.
go ahead and have a half a cup of rainbow sprinkles. I use more than a half a cup of rainbow sprinkles, just to
Did
let you
you
know.
really?
Fuck yeah.
Wow, I don't know why I am surprised by this, but okay.
I did. It's delicious.
What? No,
Uh,
they taste like nothing. You're like my children.
it's like a little crunch. It's like a little sugary crunch. Why do you hate fun, Mariela? Okay, so go ahead and put this into like an 8 by 8.
Which is our
Line
favorite pan.
that has become my favorite pan too. Line it with parchment. All right. Line it with parchment. All right. By the way, preheat your oven to 325. So now we're gonna do the crumb.
And there's like a fuck
Okay.
ton of crumb, guys. Okay, it's not like this is
This
not for the
crumb might
lighthearted.
cover the whole thing. This is
Oh,
like more crumb than it is cake, and I love when a crumb cake is more crumb than cake
yeah, it's like
because that's
more
why
than
you're
just a
eating
little
it.
bit.
It's for the crumb
Exactly.
part.
I like a
All
lot of
right,
crumb
half
in
a
my
cup of
mouth.
butter. Mary, shut up. Half a cup of butter, 1 stick, melted. All right. And then you're gonna go ahead and throw a cup of all-purpose flour, half a cup brown sugar, half a cup of 4th cup of granulated. Again, half teaspoon almond extract. Did not use that because I can't, but I did go ahead and use cake batter extract again.
Mhm.
If you want to use your vanilla, go ahead and use your vanilla. 4 teaspoons of salt, and then you're gonna put some more rainbow sprinkles in there.
Mhm.
All right. make the crumb, put the crumb on top, throw this in your oven for about 40-45 minutes. Okay. And bring it out, let it set before you cut into it because that crumb is going to be molten hot.
Yeah, it has
So
to be
you got to let
cooled.
it fully cool. Like I let it cool for at least an hour.
Yeah.
What I found interesting about this cake was the cake part itself was not super sweet because if you notice in the entire cake, there's only a half a cup of sugar. In
Hmm.
this entire process, there's almost 2 cups of sugar, which is fairly normal for cake and cookie recipe. But if you notice, the cake part itself wasn't overly sweet. It was that crumb.
Right.
That crumb was
Is the
super sweet.
star.
It it's the only reason why I'm eating this cake. That crumb was
Damn.
so delicious. Well, because the cake itself is really fucking bland.
The cake is like a pedestal and it holds up like,
That's what it is. Thank you. The cake is like this little pedestal that holds up like 5 pounds of fucking crumb,
mhm.
and it was really good.
It's buttery.
It's buttery. It's delicious. Ryan wanted me to put like an icing on top of it, like just a regular. They usually take a dust it with confectioner sugar. Ryan wanted me to put like, just an icing with confectioner sugar, milk, and vanilla. And I did, and it did make it even sweeter and good, but
Mhm.
it doesn't need it
Yeah.
at
I did
all.
it. I did not do that. I didn't add anything on because I'm not a big sweet tooth person,
Right.
which is why I like this cake so much because it has like such a great ratio of fuck that's sweet and okay, I can handle this.
Yeah.
That's how I felt eating it. And my kids loved it. And you don't need to eat a bunch of it, which is another thing I like about
No,
dessert.
you honestly can have. So that little 8 by 8, I think I made 16 squares out of it.
Correct. Same.
'Cause I think you told me I made 16 squares, so I did also.
Hmm.
And you honestly, you have one square, you're good.
Yeah.
You don't,
It's
and I have a big sweet tooth, and you don't need more than that. It's really sweet. It's just fucking. I just want to eat the crumb. I just want to make the crumb.
I actually did that and I made the crumb and I put it into cookies and it was delightful.
You did.
I
You
did.
did. I just want to eat crumb. I just don't even want the cake
Just
anymore.
want a mouthful of crumb. What? Crumb.
It's a family show, Mariela, so I really think you need to check what you say
If
and
the
how
family
you
was
say
a
it.
bunch of drag queens and homosexuals, I don't understand what
Well,
that
that
kind of
is a
family.
fam. That's like my chosen family.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was so good, and I'm sorry for Mariella's mouth.
No, you're
I
not. You love my
apologize for
mouth.
her because we're talking about funfetti here.
If I didn't have this mouth, you wouldn't be my friend.
It's possibly true.
What good would I be?
Not well. No, you're good for other things.
Ill. Okay, number one. Number two.
Other things like I would like. What do you mean ill? Like a you're
Stop trying to
good
pick me
for
up, weirdo. It's too late for you. Okay.
you know what? You're cut off. That's it. You're cut off.
Okay, I think I'm gonna send you guys this recipe because I think we're talking a whole lot of shit and it's worth making. So I think I'll send it to you. I know I say that a lot and I don't do it. I'm sorry, but I love you.
She's lying about that.
And we could find this
Um,
recipe. What is it called? The recipe Funfetti.
Funfetti crumb cake.
Fuck yeah,
Literally what
simple.
it is.
And it's by Broma, Broma. If I don't send it, you can find it. And give this a little make. And I think it'll be fun for the summer, especially for the kiddies if you have them, or for the grown kids. Everybody likes something a little bit sweet.
You know what we should do?
Mm.
We should do like a recipe exchange.
Oh my
So
God, I love that.
anytime one of you email us for a recipe, we will
Yeah,
email you back the details of a recipe to the show that we just did.
I like that. So
So if I really want you guys to have this funfetti cake, so I don't care if it's a family recipe or just your favorite recipe from a box. Like
everything is here for us.
email us your favorite recipe. And then I would love for you to have this recipe back.
I love that. And yeah, why the fuck not? Eric doesn't do it anyway, so he has all these bright ideas, and then I'm the secretary that pushes it out. But yeah, we'll figure that out. Anyway, on that note, before he has any more bright ideas, don't forget to leave us a 5-star
Because
review on your
listen,
favorite
I'm a
podcast
real
player.
leader. I'm
I'm
delegating.
Mariella, and that's Eric, and this is Food
Whoa.
FAQ. And don't forget to come back next week and listen to us again.
Bye-bye.
Bye. This fucking guy, huh?
Be like, Mariela, you have the time. Just eat.
Mm.